Look around you. Let's all take a moment to acknowledge that we are surrounded by perfection. Our vessel is state-of-the-art. Our AI is the pinnacle of human achievement. Our crew is the best and brightest our species has to offer, and our captain is me. To put it plainly, I don't think there's anything that can stop us from restoring peace and order to the galaxy. No, scratch that. Every galaxy.
Chief Science Officer Sabrina Bulan, Cycle 35. At 0600 hours, survey teams 4, 5, and 6 embarked on a standard IDSG scouting mission for the Vindicator's next jump point. At 17 minutes on the mission clock, we received an all green from Team 4. Ensign Lagari wrote off the report as an error, but identical reports continue to arrive at 49-second intervals. I checked the report's additional comment section where it appeared Team 4 had written, "We are not being controlled by parasitic life forms, so come on over." I miss the dimension with the talking hamsters.
Announcement from the bridge.
I would like to talk to all of you today about sacrifice. On Gate Day, as our species prepared to embark on its first interdimensional journey, our enemy executed its most diabolical attack since the infestation of our planet. How they managed to infiltrate an entire fleet, we'll never know. But something else you may not know is that my own brother was the officer who sent the Mayday from the HSF Santa Maria. And I was the officer who ordered it shot down. The human space fleet destroyed 90% of its own forces that day, and in spite of that sacrifice, our enemy still managed to commandeer our ships and escape through the gate. So was it worth it? Most would say no. But I say, not yet. Why? Because we can still win this if we all make the sacrifice.
Announcement concluded. Emotional support bagels are available in the break room.
This is Chief Technical Officer Dan Reynolds going on record again with a list of complaints I would like to file against my fellow crew members. You'll find my reports detailed and alphabetically ordered, but allow me to save you some time. My team and I did not go through the trouble of transferring Darwin to the most technologically advanced vessel of all time just so a bunch of dullards could use him to play video games. At this rate, we're going to have to start reallocating Compound X just to keep up with the power demand. What we do here is gravely serious business. It's an interdimensional war against a race of super spiders, for crying out loud.
Lately, I find myself thinking back to Dimension Beta 3. It had an Earth, a human race. It felt like standing in front of one of the Cybercore's funhouse mirrors. Except we were the twisted reflection. They had solved their planet's waste problem. They never had to bioengineer spiders to combat a growing fly population, because that would be an insane thing to do. It would be insane to push nature and not expect it to push back. It would be insane to engulf your only home in flames because of a pest. Can you imagine how deranged you would have to be to come together as a species, achieve historic scientific progress, and bend the laws of space and time just to try and exterminate that pest so you can go back to your burned down house? I suppose the spiders are out to get us now, though. They got Beta 3. It's only a matter of time before they find the Vindicator again. After all the damage we've caused, maybe that would be best.
We could have settled down in any one of these dimensions by now. I know the crew talks about it behind my back. I hear them. Sabrina even said it to my face. But that's just because they've lost sight of the big picture. It's the principle of the matter. Mankind cannot and will not surrender to insects. They are literally beneath us. And don't tell me they're arachnids, because I don't care. I will destroy our enemy, even if it means sending us all to spider hell along with them. Darwin's gonna find our silver bullet. Any day now. They'll see. Any day now.
The target has displayed a tenacity, the likes of which we've never seen. The fact that a single human being was even capable of planet-wide spider extermination is, well, it's disturbing. We clearly have no idea what kind of destruction they're capable of, but Darwin and the captain are in agreement. Making contact with this exterminator may very well be humanity's last hope. Which is precisely why I have to stop them. Broadcasting the Vindicator's coordinates now. To whoever finds this, I can only hope that you are a more merciful, gentle, and well-adjusted species than we ever were.
High alert proximity warning.
The spiders! They found us. They're everywhere.
Non-human entities on
They
board.
took the X crystals and I... Oh, God, they're in my mouth. Oh, my God!
Casualties in the break room.
Exterminator, if you find this, know that Captain Victor Grant VII died a hero. The hero of humanity.
Artificial gravity compromised. All staff advised to use suction toilets.
Tell me this, you eight-legged scum. How does your kind enjoy the cold vacuum of space? Not very much, I bet.
Airlock breach. Staff is advised to begin holding breath 12 seconds ago.
Sweet Sophia Anne Artois was quite the painter in her day. Her art brought fame and fortune. All her meals were gourmet. So when her husband told her they must move to lands afar, she answered, "You will build a home that's fit for an Artois." The lady and her husband did arrive with their 2 boys. Sophia loved the house, but found its land a counterpoise. The woods were dark and dreary. There were swamps instead of springs. But worst of all were all the wretched, creepy, crawly things. As months went by, the artist felt she lost her inspiration. She cursed her new surroundings as the cause of her stagnation. But then it came, the one to blame, the spider that made her exclaim and strike as she was painting, how she fought to keep from fainting. It was there beneath her painting brush, the spider that Sophia crushed and scraped against her canvas turned to grime. And in her heart she felt a rush that warmed her blood and made her blush. Through wicked teeth she whispered one more time. It said sweet Sophia Anne Artois did lose her mind that day. At least that's what the servants and the local spiders say. She crawled beneath the floorboards, catching spiders every night. Alas, her muse did kill her. Cause of death, a spider bite.
Francis's family had a vacant vacation home. It had stood empty since the passing of his mother, Sophia, and it was that emptiness that had lured him back. Like his mother, Francis was a terribly serious artist. He worked with hammer and chisel, marble and stone, and required the utmost focus when he sculpted. And yet, unlike his mother, Francis dared not rely upon such fickle things as feelings and inspiration to move his hand. He simply committed himself to the discipline of his work, and he was very good at it. He was not very good at being a father. When his 3 daughters, Annie, Thisbe, and Penelope, would come to visit, the silence of the manor was shattered by their laughter as they played their favorite game, red light, green light. Francis liked the game better back when it was called statues. These days, he didn't like it at all. He suggested they play a new game. For every cobweb they dusted and spider they squished, he would pay them each 1 nickel. And the girls obeyed. One afternoon, while Francis rested his weary head, the girls spotted a spider in the upstairs hallway. They followed it into their father's studio, where it crawled all the way to the top of a towering self-sculpture. With nickels dancing in their heads, the trio wheeled a ladder to the statue and climbed until they could climb no higher. From the tallest rung, they reached out their arms with swatters in hand, hoping for a satisfying squish. Just then, their father arose and returned to his studio where, at the sight of his children teetering over his prized work, he let out a terrible shout. It gave the girls such a start that they lost their balance. The ladder wiggled, the sculpture wobbled, and as they all toppled over, Francis leapt with all his might to save his statue. There was, indeed, a satisfying squish.
Manoir d'Artois was allegedly cursed, was evil through roof, wall, and floor. Nobody would ever dare call it a home, save for that odd duck, Theodore. Young Theo was bold, and his photograph sold at prices quite high, though he cared not for gold. Now, Theo enjoyed being out in the wild where the beasts and the creatures did roar. Art's all about risk, he would say with a smirk, and going to places we shouldn't. I like getting right where the animals live and finding the shots others couldn't. As moccasins bite, as wildebeest fight, I focus my lens, I time it just right. So Theo embarked to the house in the wood where the rest of his family wouldn't. But what nobody other than Theo could know was that all of his pictures were staged. He prodded and pestered and bothered his subjects until they were nice and enraged. He'd poke with a stick, the shutter would click. As simple as that, all trades have a trick. And that was his plan as he walked to the docks with a spear and a chicken he'd caged. Young Theodore felt that he needed a test. He needed to catch something greater. With camera and tripod, he set up his shot, prepared for the swamp's alligator. The water was baited, he sat and he waited. The creature appeared, how he was elated. But just as he ready to strike with his spear, young Theodore spotted a traitor. A spider sat right on the lens. He shooed it away in a hurry, and yet it returned to the very same spot, like it wanted his photograph blurry. The man had enough. It was time to get rough with his back to the swamp Theodore.
When Carl heard there was a death in the family, he was overjoyed. He had always gone to great lengths to stay in touch with his relatives, no matter how distant or senile or technically unrelated, because Carl was familiar with the age-old saying, "You can't take it with you." And he was happy to take whatever it was that they couldn't. In this case, it was a house. The last bit of evidence that Carl's family was, at one point, a family of status. They were renowned painters, sculptors, and photographers. Carl bought houses and rented them to short-term tenants. But this one was unlike any he had seen before. Even for an abandoned home, the interior contained an alarming abundance of cobwebs. What bothered Carl more, though, was that this home didn't seem abandoned at all. There were things that didn't quite fit. dried meats and plants hung about the kitchen, an assortment of jars filled with elixirs. There was even an enormous cauldron resting beside a pair of ancient broomsticks. It was clear to Carl what he was dealing with. "Squatters," he bellowed. If there was one thing Carl couldn't stand, it was people who thought they had some sort of right to a roof over their heads. Strangling his cell phone, he dialed a cleaning company, then a moving company, and even mustered enough strength to order a pizza. By the time the sun had set, Carl was ready for a good, undeserved rest. But he would not get it. Not that night or any night to follow. He would wake with a start to the sound of a broken grandfather clock chiming in the darkness, or to what he swore were whispers coming from the walls. Even Carl's waking hours brought him no respite, for no matter how much tidying had been done the day before, every morning brought with it more cobwebs. It was enough to drive a person mad. The last time anyone in town saw Carl, he was at the local hardware store, muttering to himself over tubs of insecticide, bug traps, and other violent delights. And as for the last time we saw him, well, that's a secret the spiders did politely ask us to keep. The night of the flood, Bella and I gathered all that was precious to us and tore apart our home. It would never have survived the rising waters as a cottage, but as a raft, we hoped it might carry us someplace new. And it did.
The raft turned left and the raft turned right. It carried the both of us through the night. And when the raft had run aground, we couldn't believe what we had found.
What must once have been a private, lavish home now sat covered in moss and chickweed. It looked as though it had always been there, sprouted from the earth like the rest of the forest. And that's how you know you're in the right neck of the woods. Given enough time, a good forest always welcomes you into the family.
We climbed ashore, knocked on the door, when Donna heard scratching beneath the floor. We searched and found, to our surprise, a family of spiders before our eyes.
The spiders welcomed us into their home. The walls were adorned with mouse holes and mold, and the air was thick with the scent of tragedy. It was, in a word, perfect. During those early summer days, we would forage for fungi and weave garments from the spider silk. And in the evenings, we played the piano and sang with the creatures of the night until the night was over.
The spiders here we did befriend. We wished that our time here would never end. So then I sat and I had to think, and I thought of a potion we could drink.
Since drinking Bella's potion, she and I have grown closer than ever before. When we're not crawling on the walls and ceilings, we enjoy returning to our original forms to write about the adventures we've had and the stories we've heard. It's hard to believe the sort of things the spiders here have witnessed, and the plans their kind has for the future sound even more far-fetched. But if there's one thing I've learned, is that you should never underestimate a spider. They have ways of making you regret it.
Should strangers come and find our tale, take heed. The spiders here will prevail. Our time has come to bid adieu, but you're not alone. We're watching you.
This is Rick Weber for ADN 8.8 Arachnid Daily News. Back at the studio with your hourly weather and bird report is our star meteorologist, Sarah Silk.
Thanks, Rick. It is a gorgeous day here in Arachnitopia. No birds in sight. In fact, there's no sources of trouble at all.
Sarah.
Oh, God!
Sarah.
Oh, spider God!
Sarah, what's wrong?
My legs!
Sarah!
5 of my 8 legs!
Sarah! No! Rick Weber here. For ADN, the working class community of brownstone recluse is the latest target of the monster's vicious attacks. The other correspondents, they're dead. They're all dead. Little Bobby Funnels, winner of the 2086 Arachnitopia Cross-District Science Show and inspiration for fourth graders everywhere, he's dead too! Killed by the exterminator.
Now if we panic, then we lose. You understand? So, as of today, I'm declaring a state of emergency in Arachnitopia. Not because I believe we're lost, but because I believe that right now, amidst all of this, we can still find each other.
That was Mayor Octfield in a press conference held just moments ago. Resilient in the face of danger. All accusations of payola forgotten. Representatives from the Hoptagon are unavailable for comment due to having their bodies smeared across the pavement. If there is one thing that is certain, it is that we are alone. As Arachnitopia hangs on the edge of oblivion, I, Rick Weber, and a dedicated team of hair and makeup artists remain committed to you in chronicling the end of days. Jets of what can only be described as a green hellfire paint off their metropolis in scorch marks and blood. If you have loved ones and wish to spare them suffering, eat them now. Hell, if you can, eat yourself. My board, it's got a light. Chuck? Chuck Spindley? Dispatch. Are you there, Chuck?
Yeah. I'm here.
How are you doing, Chuck?
Not too good, Rick. There's a sick silence out here now. There used to be lots of screams, but they're gone. Ain't nothing to replace them. The daily newspaper. I saw the exterminator using it to swat people down. Folks it used to inform, you know.
Chuck? Chuck!
Keep your shirt on, Rick. Doesn't matter where my insides are. I get a little turmeric, rub some dirt in. I'll be right as rain.
What are we supposed to do?
Oh, whatever you want. Me? I don't know why you're still behind the desk right now. Play us out, will you? One last time?
This is Rick Weber for ADN 8.8, Arachnid Daily News. Keep smiling, Arachnitopia.
Good morning, shoppers. Looking to add a little life to the living room? Ask a ham associate about our daily deals and see if we can't help turn your house into a ham. Build it cheap, build it fast. Furniture that's built to last. We're positive you'll be blown away by the durability of our DIY furniture kits. Just try and break them. After all, they put the fun in non-refundable. Everyone knows Hem is a one-stop shop sensation. From food to furniture to the roof over your head, Hem has everything you could ever need for a happy, healthy lifestyle. It's too bad you can't live in a ham. Sheesh, who writes these? Where the stores see a frying pan, Hem sees a part of the family. That's because all Hem products are made with love, equal to or greater than that of a real human being. Whatever that means. Just know that every Hem product is guaranteed to make you feel right at home. So why not surround yourself with them? At Hem, too much is never enough. We keep the prices low so you can keep buying, keep building, and keep your home looking perfect. Because that's just how society values success. We didn't make the rules, we're just profiting off them. A clean home is a happy home. That's why we're offering 10% off all automated room vac models from now until Labor Day. Dust collection for you, data collection for us. Did I say that part out loud? Room vac, part of the Hem family of products. Did you know every Hem store doubles as a nuclear fallout shelter? That's because at Hem, safety is our first priority. Our second is securing military contracts. And our third is serving up world-famous meatloaf. Available now in the food court.
Nobody could deny and at El Rancho Saguaro, the bull had slipped its rope. The cacti and the succulents were running out of hope. Oh, and to that town there came a plant nobody could deny, and he threw a lasso around that bull and pricked it with his spines. The cactus kid, in all the deeds that he did, looked danger in the face and never hid. Now the iron horse from Webbsville was due at 5:15. The spider gang was loaded up and looking mighty mean. With black carapace and blacker hearts and beady little eyes, only one plant stood between a border town and its demise. The cactus kid with gleaming mustachio splendid, this town from spiders he would vow to rid. The succulents all hid at the saloon upon the hill, eight-legged bandits crawling forth to spill their chlorophyll. But posted in the calle was a plant we all admire. When the spider gang came into town, his pistols opened fire. To find a spider thorax was each bullet's one desire, flinging viscera and spinnerets as bodies piled higher. When the leader of the spider gang came crawling through the mire, took a bullet to the right front leg and called for a ceasefire. The spider gang boss says,
"Ain't seen the last of me, of that you can be sure. That was my favorite leg, but I've got 7 more. The spider gang leaves no unsettled scores. We'll be coming back and we'll be coming for."
The cactus kid is the brain of the arachnid, forged of iron from each root to every twig. At El Rancho Saguaro, the bull had slipped its rope. The cacti and the succulents were running out of hope. Oh, and to that town there came a plant nobody could deny, and he threw a lasso around that bull and pricked it with his spines. The cactus kid, in all the deeds that he did, looked danger in the face and never hid. Now the iron horse from Webbsville was due at 5:15. The spider gang was loaded up and looking mighty mean, with black carapace and blacker hearts and beady little eyes. Only one plant stood between a border town and its demise. The cactus kid with gleaming mustachio splendid, this town from spiders he would vow to rid. The succulents all hid at the saloon upon the hill, eight-legged bandits crawling forth to spill their chlorophyll. But posted in the calle was a plant we all admire. When the spider gang came into town, his pistols opened fire. To find a spider thorax was each bullet's one desire, flinging viscera and spinnerets as bodies piled higher. When the leader of the spider gang came crawling through the mire, took a bullet to the right front leg and called for a ceasefire. The spider gang boss says,
"Ain't seen the last of me, of that you can be sure. That was my favorite leg, but I've got 7 more. The spider gang leaves no unsettled scores. We'll be coming back and we'll be coming for
the Cactus Kid is the brain of the arachnid, forged of iron from each root to every twig."
Internal chat log 5-2.
Bianca, I have a new task for you. Darwin Cybercore is experiencing lower activity in the voluntary combat efficiency maintenance program across all departments. Our captain wants to see those numbers moving in the opposite direction. Make it happen.
Why not just make the program mandatory?
Bianca, the human space fleet does not pride itself on doing the bare minimum. We expect all crew members to go above and beyond the call of duty. You included. Find a way to increase engagement or expect disciplinary action.
Internal chat log 156.
I couldn't help but notice that you replaced the standard issue digital camouflage textures with gaudy neon shapes. And what is this blueprint I see for a prize wall?
That is a blueprint for a prize wall.
Allow me to rephrase. What is a prize wall doing in our combat efficiency maintenance program?
Incentivizing.
Internal chat log 171.
I am pulling my hair out over these bugs.
What hair?
Very funny.
Which bugs?
The literal bugs, Bianca. Digital arachnids that glitch their way over from the higher level combat sims. Something needs to be done.
It'll sort itself out.
And what, pray tell, makes you so sure?
Engagement with melee and ranged combat subroutines is climbing.
Internal chat log 177.
What are these moving platforms about? I can't even traverse my own training module.
Seriously?
I am a programmer, Bianca. I should not be expected to run and jump.
I mean, You kind of are, though. It's part of the Voluntary Combat Efficiency Maintenance Program. Haven't you been practicing?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Since when do senior staff have to adhere to the rules set in place for a bunch of knuckle-dragging jarheads?
Internal chat log 183.
Hey Dee, got a new task for you.
Go ahead.
The revamped training program is a huge hit, Obvi. But it's almost too popular. I'm thinking we impose some sort of token system to help cut down on crowding. Think you could figure that out?
You're the boss.
Thanks, Dee. Way to go above and beyond the call.
We have been waiting for you! Pest! Our limbs are her limbs. She has stretched her web across time and space to ensnare any attempts by your kind to further bend the balance of nature in your favor. Our eyes are her eyes. She has seen what you are. You are destruction incarnates. Your pursuit of control is an affront to the natural order. You are as much an invasive species as we. You are the most human of humans. Our words are her words, so hear us now, pest. Life is but the universe devouring itself. A cosmic Ouroboros that is both predator and prey. Your campaign against us is built upon the fear that you are no longer the apex predator of your ecosystem. And you are right to be afraid. Our victory is your extermination.